the start of work ceremony for Civil Works Package 1 of the PNR Clark Phase 1. To start with today's activities, may I please request everyone to rise for the invocation, which will be led by Shaira Antayumo of the Department of Transportation.
May I invite everyone for a prayer? Let us stand up and let us put ourselves in the presence of our Creator. Heavenly Father, we gather together in your name. We thank you for this opportunity to grace this event, the North-South Commuter Railway Contract Package 1 Start of Work Ceremony. We humble ourselves down as we seek for your presence, Lord. We acknowledge that apart from you, we can do nothing. That's why we pray, Lord, that you join us in this event. We thank you for the good weather. We thank you for bringing us safe in this place. Thank you for the good friendship that you have given to the government of the Philippines, to the government of Japan. As we start with the contract package 1 today, we pray that you bless everyone. We ask for your guidance from the highest officials to the smallest unit of workers for this project. We pray, O Lord, that the Filipino people will experience better transportation means through this project. We pray that you guide us, wisdom, knowledge, and strength as we go through and through this project. We claim, Lord, that this project will be victorious and successful for the glory of your name and for the Filipino people. We lift our hearts to you, Lord. We thank you, we honor you, and we love you. All of this we ask in Jesus Christ our Lord. Everybody says, Amen.
Please remain standing for the Philippine National Anthem. As a sign of respect, we are to place our right palms over our left chest. Meanwhile, uniformed personnel among us may salute the flag as prescribed. Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippine National Anthem. Thank you, everyone. You may now take your seats. Again, good morning, and I hope everyone is comfortably seated and doing well today. We're here in Barangay Malanday, Valenzuela City, within the vast compound of the National Food Authority. I'm not sure if you saw the photo of the architect's perspective, but this is actually the site of the Valenzuela Depot, which we will all see within years. And we are looking forward to the fruition of this project. And now to officially begin our program, may I please call on stage the Punong Barangay of the place where we are right now, Captain or Punong Barangay Efren Santiago for the welcome remarks.
Honorable Secretary Arthur Tugade, Mr. Yuriso Wada, Chief Representative of JICA, Honor Ambassador Katsuhide Ishikawa, Embassy of Japan, Mayors, Undersecretaries, all government officials, mga kasamahan sa local government, mga kaibigan na sumito. Aking pong kinakatawa ng aming mahal na Mayor pangalan po ng lahat ng opisyalis ng Valenzuela City at ng pamahalang barangay ng Malanday. Kayo pong lahat ay aming malugod na tinatanggap sa aming lugar para po sa Start of Work Ceremony, para po sa PNR Clark Phase 1. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagpunta sa aming lugar. Magandang umaga po and God bless.
Thank you so much, Ginong Barangay Efren Santiago. Okay, now to give you a glimpse of the project that we are celebrating this morning. Even in the past ceremonies of the Department of Transportation, this person is the most credible to provide us with an overview of the entire project. Ladies and gentlemen, let us please give a warm round of applause to the Undersecretary for Railways of the Department of Transportation, Yusek Timothy John Batan, for the project overview.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The Build, Build, Build program of the Duterte administration has been called the most ambitious infrastructure program the country has seen. And the North-South Commuter Railway System, or the combined and interoperable PNR Clark and PNR Kalamba projects, demonstrates the scale of what the DOTR, under the strong leadership of our Secretary Tugade, is working triple, if not quadruple time to deliver. The NSCR system is a 147 kilometers fully elevated, dual-track, electrified, and high-capacity commuter railway with 37 stations and a fleet of 58 8-car train sets, for a total of 464 train cars or wagons. It will connect 26 local government units from Clark Airport in Region 3 or Central Luzon, all the way to Calamba in Region 4 or Calabarzon. The NSCR system will be interconnected with almost all of our other major lines. It will be interconnected with LRT 1 at Blumentritt Station, with LRT 2 at Santa Mesa Station, with MRT 3 at EDSA Station, with the Metro Manila Subway at the Nichols and FTI stations, and with PNR Bicol at the Sukat Station. The NSCR system consists of the 38-kilometer PNR Clark Phase 1 from Tutuban to Malolos, the 53-kilometer PNR Clark Phase 2 from Malolos to Clark, and the 56-kilometer PNR Calamba segment from Solis to Calamba. PNR Clark Phase 1 consists of 2 civil works packages, with the first having already started construction last February 15 by Sumitomo Mitsui Construction Corporation, and the second starting today, May 20, by the Taisei DMCI joint venture. PNR Clark Phase 2 consists of 5 civil works packages, with the first 3 packages scheduled for bid submission in July 2019, and the 4th and 5th packages scheduled for bid submission in the 3rd quarter of 2019. PNR Calamba, meanwhile, consists of 7 civil works packages, with the first package for its partial operability section already scheduled for bid submission in 3rd quarter of 2019, and the 2nd to the 7th packages scheduled for publication also in 3rd quarter of 2019. The 14 civil works packages, 2 electromechanical packages, and 2 rolling stock packages of the NSCR system are being co-financed by the Government of Japan through JICA and by the Asian Development Bank, and are being procured together with the PNR and the procurement service of the DDM, following JICA's and the ADB's procurement guidelines. PNR Clark Phases 1 and 2 will be operational by early 2022, while PNR Calamba will be partially operational by 2022 and fully operational by 2023. PNR Clark Phase 1 is projected to service up to 350,000 passengers per day when it opens in 2022, connecting Malolos to Tutuban in as little as 35 minutes, while the entire NSCR system is projected to carry up to 700,000 passengers per day when it opens and becomes fully operational in 2023, connecting Clark Airport to Buendia in as short as 55 minutes and Clark Airport to Calamba in 1 hour and 40 minutes. The NSCR, ladies and gentlemen, is indeed a most ambitious project that will usher in the Philippines' golden age of infrastructure and that will deliver on our President's promise of a more comfortable life for every Filipino. Thank you and good morning to all.
Thank you so much, Undersecretary Timothy John Batan. Before we proceed to the next part of our program, I'd like to acknowledge the distinguished guests we have this morning. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, he won't be here today if not for his presence. Please give a round of applause to the Honorable Secretary Arthur P. Tugali of the Department of Transportation. We also have with us Mr. Yoshio Wada, the Chief Representative of JICA. Also present is former Ambassador Kazuhide Ishikawa of the Embassy of Japan. We also have General Roberto Lastimoso, our Chairman for the Philippine National Railways. Sir, good morning. And also PNR General Manager, Mr. Jun B. Magno. Joining us as well is Chairman Ariel Punanan of the Department of Budget Management. And we have Mayor Juanito Santiago of Marilao, Bulacan. We have representatives from Valenzuela City, Engineer Reynaldo Suma. Representative from Maykawayan, Mr. Primitivo Tamayo. And of course, we have Colonel David Poclay, the Chief of Valenzuela City. The Undersecretaries of the Department of Transportation who are with us today, of course, USEC Timothy John Batan, USEC Gary De Guzman, USEC Rainier Paul Yebra, and the Assistant Secretaries who are with us, ASEC Liho Dabi, ASEC Raymard Ese, and of course, ASEC Gades Liberan. Okay, now we will have our contract signing. Okay, so this is a ceremonial contract signing ceremony for the Civil Works Package 1 of PNR Clark Phase 1. And may we please request the following people to take their seats for the contract signing. We have the following signatories. Init. Okay. So I'd like to call on stage the primary signatories, or those who will be seated there. Of course, Secretary Arthur Tugade of the Department of Transportation. Joining Secretary Tugade is Mr. KG Hirano, Managing Executive Officer and Chief of International Operations Headquarters of Taisei Corporation. To serve as witnesses, I'd like to call on Undersecretary for Railways, Timothy John R. Batan, of the Department of Transportation, Mr. George A. Consunhi, President and CEO of DM Consuning Inc. Also serving as witnesses, General Manager Jun B. Magno of the Philippine National Railways, and Mr. Katsumi Tamura, Senior General Manager, Marketing and Business Development Department and International Marketing and Business Development Division of Taisei Corporation. Also joining us is Undersecretary for Legal Affairs, Rainier Paul Yebra, Undersecretary for Finance, Gary V. De Guzman, and Assistant Secretary for Procurement, ASEC Giovanni Lopez. Okay, so we are now signing the contract for the Civil Works Package 1 of PNR Clark Phase 1. I just want to repeat, those signing the contract are our Secretary Arthur Pitagade of the Department of Transportation, Mr. KG Hirano, Managing Executive Officer and Chief of International Operations Headquarters, Taisei Corporation. Serving as witnesses are Undersecretary for Railways, Timothy John R. Batan, the MCI President and CEO, Mr. George A. Consunhi, General Manager for the Philippine National Railways, Mr. Jun B. Magno, and the Senior General Manager, Marketing and Business Development Department of Taisei Corporation, Mr. Katsumi Tamura. Also with them is Undersecretary Rainier Paul Yebra, Undersecretary Gary V. de Guzman, and Assistant Secretary Giovanni S. Lopez. Tapos na? Okay, thank you so much. Nag-exchange ng hands po, please. Media friends, prepare that. Maraming salamat po. The contract has been signed for the Civil Works Package 1 of PNR Clark Phase 1. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you very much, sir. We'd also like to acknowledge the presence of the Executive Director Elisa May Cuevas of the Department of Budget Management. Now that the contract has been signed, we'd like to hear the messages of some key people, beginning with the representative from Taisei. May we call on the Mr. KG Hirano for his message.
Honorable Secretary Arthur P. Tsugade, Department of Transportation, Mr. Toshio Wada, Chief Representative of JICA, former Ambassador Kazuhide Ishikawa, Embassy of Japan, mayors of key cities and municipalities, undersecretaries of Department of Transportation, heads of attached agencies, assistant secretaries, executive directors, and other heads, officials from local government, colleagues from the private sector, and friends from the media. Ladies and gentlemen, Taisei Corporation is a Japanese company which was founded in 1873. As an organization with 146 years of operating history, we carry the pride of having been able to play a great role in the modernization of Japan after seeing our country through post-war restorations and years of economic growth. At the same time, DM Konsuhi Inc., our partner, is a premier Filipino engineering-based construction company who, for over 64 years now, have carried on the same role, restoring the nation from the effects of war and developing the nation through its contribution to infrastructure development. I think it is comprehensible how two companies have come to a decision of pursuing this significant project, North-South Commuter Railway Project CP01. We both see this opportunity that it brings to the development and progress of the transportation system of the Philippines, which further translates to the country's economic growth. The drive of making a difference by allowing the transformation of society into a productive, safe, and secure one is something that we both share. So speaking on behalf of the joint venture, we would like to thank the government of the Republic of the Philippines through the Department of Transportation under the leadership of Secretary Arthur P. Tsgade for the opportunity to be able to provide this service to the Filipino people and be able to add value to the industry and to infrastructure development. Today marks the continuation of a once glorious past that was held by the Philippine railway system. Indeed, it proves to be one of the most reliable transportation systems in any country, and we are happy to be a part of the Philippines' newest project. The 6 stations, the 22-kilometer long elevated viaduct, and 13 train sets consisting of 8 electric multiple units that will soon be a part of the map, once again, will greatly contribute to the nation. NSCR CP01 is expected to service approximately 300,000 people every day as it lessens the travel time between these cities. As a Taisei DMCI joint venture, we reaffirm our commitment to complete the works that have been entrusted to us. And we look forward to the year 2021 when the Philippines will have its own modern, fully functional railway system, which can be distinguished worldwide. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hirano. Before I introduce the next speaker, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the chairman of the MCI Holdings, Mr. Isidro Consumhi. As you all know, the Package 1 of PNR Clark Phase 1 has been awarded to the Taisei DMCI joint venture. And now to give his message, I'd like to call on the President and CEO of DM Consumi Inc., Mr. George A. Consumi.
With the formal introductions of our very important guest today, I'd like to beg off for the formal introductions also today, and I'll just go straight to what I'd like to say today. Ladies and gentlemen, today starts the works of ceremony for the Civil Works Package 1 of the PNR Clark Phase 1. Against the this is in line and that signals the fulfillment of the Duterte administration's commitment to build the nation further through the Build, Build, Build program. We want to thank Honorable Secretary Arthur Tugade for taking the lead to make this happen. The Department of Transportation has taken upon its shoulders the ambitious move of expediting these projects with the purpose of improving the transportation system of the country for the betterment of the Filipinos. Indeed, this endeavor will greatly impact the economy by providing the lives of every Filipino, particularly those living in Metro Manila. The effects of improved travel time and the efficient transportation system will just be unquantifiable. Furthermore, this project raises the skills of our workforce, which leads to better pay and thereby contributing to the poverty reduction program of the government. This project also proves that the strong economic ties between the Philippines and Japan continues to exist over the decades. This partnership has always been geared towards building a better Philippines. Our sincerest gratitude to the Japanese government for investing in our country. The entire North-South Commuter Railway, or the NSCR project, is one of the clear economic significance. This project will change the landscape of the community development, particularly the improvements of the North Town. The MCI, together with TAICE, are proud to be part of this, welcoming the changes to our country, and we're always committed to serve the people and advance the progress of our nation. And in closing, I would say, Secretary Tugade, you give us the right of way and we deliver the railway right away po. Marami pong salamat.
Thank you so much, Mr. George A. Consunhi. After hearing from the contractors, of course, it is just important that we also hear from the project owners. To speak for the Philippine National Railways, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage the chairman of PNR, General Roberto Lastimoso, for his message.
Good morning, everybody. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, mga kaibigan namin sa Japan. You understand me? In behalf of the Board of the Philippine National Railway, I would like to welcome everybody to this very historic event. Historic in the sense that we are going to rebuild a line that has been existing since 126 years ago. There was this Manila Damortis line, and we are now going to rebuild that. That's history. It is also historic in the sense that we are going to connect two historical sites. Tutuban, birthplace of the father of our revolution, Andres Bonifacio, and Malolos, the birthplace of the first Philippine Republic. This is now going to be interconnected. And this is history in the making. And I'm happy that all of us are here today to witness this occasion. But you know, this event has all the ingredients of a successful development of the country. First, we have the president who has the vision to develop the railways. Second, we have a dynamic Secretary of Transportation who is committed to implement that vision. Then we have the management of PNR under June Magno, who is capable and efficient to execute this project. And of course, we have our friends from Japan who's willing to help us in making this dream a reality. So today, I welcome everybody. Rest assured, according to George, there is going to be a new landscape. How many years? 3? 3. Sabi niya 3. Sabi naman ng Secretary Tugadi, make it in 2. Okay, without much ado, I would like to welcome you again and thank you very much. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you so much, General Lastimoso. This project, as mentioned in many of the messages today, has been made possible because of the help that we have received from the government of Japan. So for his message, let us welcome on stage the Chief Representative of the Japan International Cooperation Agency, Mr. Yoshio Wada.
Ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa iyong lahat. The series of ceremonies these past 2 quarters have been a huge milestone for the Philippine railway sector because it signifies that this government is moving fast and sure towards the realization of a development plan to build the needed infrastructure and therefore improve the connecting experience of the majority. No agreement of this North-South commuter railway project was signed in November 2015, and JICA grant detailed design study, which was to prepare the bid documents, was completed in November of 2017. The bid was issued in May 2018, and today we are to witness the signing of the contract. The contract package 1, which was awarded to the joint venture of Taisei and the MCI, is a good example of having a stronger collaboration not just between our 2 governments, but the private sector as well. This is one good way to share the Japanese experience and technology and skills in the railway sector. Today's signing ceremony symbolizes the kickoff of the construction works between Bokaue, Bulacan, Solis, and Manila. 6 stations shall be built and operate within a stint of the current administration. It has always been a great honor for JICA to be a part of the government undertakings, to be given the opportunity to work with Department of Transportation, especially Secretary Arthur Tugade, in improving the daily commuting experience of Filipinos. On behalf of JICA, please allow me to thank everyone for striving hard and giving so much effort to make this project ready to commence and finally build an efficient, reliable mass transportation that commuting public services. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yoshio Wada of JICA. Our next speaker requires no lengthy introduction. He has been working very hard to make sure that the projects of his department are moving forward and will benefit the Filipino people and our country. To give his keynote message, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Secretary of the Department of Transportation, Secretary Arthur P. Tugade.
In the interest of time, let me forego with the salutation. As you will see, so many people are fanning themselves too hot. So if I speak unnecessarily long, your experience about the hot environment and weather will continue. So allow me to forego with the salutation. At this point in time, allow me to thank the Japanese government, represented in this country by my friend, the Ambassador of the Republic of Japan. In more ways than one, That's Ambassador Haneda. In more ways than one, the Japanese government has extended its supporting and caring arms in the affairs of this republic. I thank equally JICA, represented here by Mr. Wada, equally my friend, who, when I assumed responsibility in the Department of Transportation, readily extended their trust and confidence in the project of the Department of Transportation to a point that we have been breaking records insofar as processes are concerned to put in place projects that have long been awaiting in the Republic of the Philippines. I thank the local government, represented here by no less than Congressman Tugma, and some of the local governments, the mayors of the surrounding city. I thank the local government for your cooperation, trust, and pakikiisa sa aming mga proyekto, lalo't higit sa proyekto namin dito sa Bulacan. Alam po namin at batid namin na kung wala kayo, wala yung inyong tulong at kooperasyon, hindi ho uusad at hindi lilipad ang aming mga proyekto sa panahong gusto namin. I extend my gratitude to the media who has been partnering with us in propagating in the spirit of katotohanan, tugma at the truth ang mga proyekto ng Republika. You, the media, along the lines of truth, along the lines of fair reporting, you are an instrument for us to link the public, to link our project with the public. We are grateful to you for that. And to all of you now gathered here, notwithstanding the blistering hot and blistering heat of the weather, you are here to say, yes, we are now having this project in the province of Bulacan. Let me walk you through a little bit on what has been happening in the early part of this year. Number one, last February, we inaugurated and we started the actual construction of 3 stations from Bukawe up to Malolos. It was inaugurated, it was started. Today we are all gathered here to sign and to inaugurate and to start the construction of the second phase from Tutuban to Bukawe. Once you have a combination of these 2 projects, you actually have a railway system from Tutuban that go far and beyond up to Malolos. Translated in terms of achievement, we expected that this will be completed on the 3rd quarter or 4th quarter of 2021. In other words, this railway system will be partially operable by the 4th quarter of 2021. Ang ibig pong sabihin, yung railway system na atin tinatayo at itinataguyod ngayong araw na to ay masasakyan at mag-e-enjoy ang ating mga kababayan. Marahil ang katanungan sasabihin ninyo, paano naman yung Clark? Hindi ba yung railway system na ating tinatayo ngayon magbuhat sa Tutuban hanggang sa Clark? Nabanggit mo, sir, ang Tutuban hanggang Malolos. Paano naman hanggang Clark? Nabanggit ho ni Mr. Kunsonghi, nabanggit ng ating kaibigang si TJ Batan. Sabi nila, mag-uumpisa yung bidding ng portion ng Malolos hanggang Clark by July of this year, and hopefully the construction will start by the 4th quarter of this year, and hopefully it is targeted that that portion of Malolos to Clark will be completed by the year 2022. Hindi pa ho ako tapos dyan kasi hindi ako pumapayag sa 2022. Ako ho'y nagsusumamo at nakikiusap sa mga service provider na kung pwede ba tapusin at puntuhan na rin ho natin yan by 2021. Makikisuyo, makikiusap ako at bibigyan ko sila ng kooperasyon upang sa ganon yung proyektong ito ay magkaroong buhay sa 2021 din. Makikinig ako sa kanila, magsusumamo ako sa kanila. I have to thank, in very special terms, the joint venture of Taisei and DMCI, which today has formed partnership with us formally by signing the contract. By signing the contract, DMCI and TAISEI has shown in unconditional and unequivocal expression that you trust the government, that you believe in this project. I thank you for that. And I hope that we can finish the project way ahead of time. You said, and I have said many times, starting the construction is one thing, finishing the project is another. Today we celebrate the start of the construction, as Mr. Kunsunghi has mentioned. Sabi ni George, today we will start the construction. Well and good, I applaud and I appreciate. But para ho manatili ang aking pakikisat pasasalamat, Sir Mr. George, Mr. Hirano, let's finish the project well ahead of time. Starting the construction is one thing. Finishing it in the quality that we have designed in the budget that we have agreed upon is one thing. And I will be personally monitoring so that this thing materializes. Ang sabi ho ng ating kaibigan George kanina, i-deliver nyo yung right of way at tatapusin namin ang proyekto. Pag-usapan ho natin yung right of way. Nung kami ho'y nag-umpisa, yung right of way ho ay almost zero. As I speak today, sir, we have completed the right of way 90.1%. We have already 143,000 square meters out and finalized and cleared. And with the efforts being extended by PNR through the leadership of Mr. Jun Magno and the DOTR through the leadership of Mr. TJ Batan, it will just be in a matter of short time when the property and the land will be delivered to you free and clear so that you in a month can deliver to find that railway system from Tutuban to Malolos by 2021 and completed from Tutuban to Clark by 2022. But again, I will negotiate and talk with you that it be completed too in 2021. And so today, I come to you very happy indeed despite the sweltering sun. Paypay ng paypay, mainit. But it's very simple. Make the Filipino life comfortable. And you can make the Filipino life comfortable by making sure that there is connectivity and there is mobility. Today is the humble gesture and the humble beginning of the Department of Transportation answering that marching order of the President to make the Filipino life comfortable by making and doing interconnectivity.
Thank you so much, Secretary Arthur P. Tugade. We will now proceed with the unveiling of the exhibits. Mr. George A. Consuni, President CEO of DM Consuni Inc. Mr. Isidro Consuni of DMCI Holdings. General Lastimoso, Chairman of PNR. Mr. Jun B. Magno, General Manager of the Philippine National Railways. Mr. Katsumi Tamura, Senior General Manager of TAISEI Corporation. Yusek Yebra, Rainier Yebra, Yusek Gary de Guzman. Also, Chief Representative Yoshio Wada of JICA, please. We'll first cut the ribbon of the exhibit, ladies and gentlemen. For everyone's appreciation, this exhibit is planned to be used in the different LGUs where the different stations of Package 1 will be located. If Secretary and Batan, the rest can take their place in the different exhibit panels. Yan po. The middle panel, you can unveil it na po. Clear the right-of-way areas of the alignment, which accounts for 90.1% of the alignment, making it ready for handover to the contractor. As we speak, the grievance and readiness mechanism is already established with the LGUs from city down to the barangay level. Panel, maybe Sir George and Mr. Isidro Consuni can unveil it. These, ladies and gentlemen, is the Solis Station, Caloocan Station. So Caloocan Station is actually the second station. Solis Station. This station expects to accommodate around 30,000 southbound passengers and 194,000 passengers. Our next station is so this is called Kagami Biraki. Biraki means of the Taki barrel. Harmony and good fortune. 1, 2, 3. Everyone now will have a taste of the sake from the barrel. Working relationship for everyone is budget. Okay. So those ladies, gentlemen, bottoms up. Here you go. To PNR Clark Phase 1, Package 1. Cheers.
Hello. One, two, three. I will just make it short before I move my PR and DBM and for PNR who is the possible big handies. PNR was envisioned in 1892 by the King of Spain. That's why we could wear the royal blue colors according to
government by the Philippine Commission or Congress back then to enter into a massive investment program between 1918 and 1938.